Hi everyone. I wanted to share some information with you today on how I have kind of resolved my dry and flaky lip issues. So I've had this problem since I don't even know how long, forever it feels like. Basically, no matter what sort of lip products I was using, my lips were always peeling, always flaky. If I really neglected them, they would crack and bleed. You know, it's just such a pain to wear a lot of different kind of lip color type products just because everything would get all globbed up in those flakes and whatever. It was just a hassle. It was uncomfortable. And I just really couldn't find anything that made it really any better. I did at one point discover that the Laura Mercier lip glosses, that formula helped keep my lips from getting flaky during the day if I wore it all the time, which wasn't terribly practical. Those are quite expensive, and always having to put that on top of a lipstick or whatever, it was just a hassle. So I didn't love that solution, but it did work for me for some time, but then I kind of went away from that and have just been trying out every other type of product since. I feel like I've really found a solution that works for me, and I wanted to just get this information out there in case there are other people out there looking for new things they haven't tried. You know, maybe this is something to give a go if you haven't yet. So if you are interested in that, then please stick with me. So like I said, this has just been a problem that has really bugged me for a long time. I've tried a whole variety of lip balms, you know, things from chapstick, lipsticks, etc. Some things worked better than others, but it felt like no matter what I was doing, once that lip balm wore away, I would still have kind of those jagged flakes. So it felt like it would soften them and it would feel more comfortable. But when that went away, I was left with basically what I started with. I also tried the Fusion Beauty, I think it was called Lip Fusion XL, something like that. It's a treatment type thing that was supposed to like plump lines and be some sort of magical anti-aging-ish thing. I felt like what it would do was it would kind of soften the flakes and I could scrub them off pretty easily if I used it overnight, but they would still be kind of forming, but the goo kept them soft. You know, it wasn't a good solution. So it also made my lips kind of numb, and not in that like tingly plumper type numb. It was just kind of numb, and that was not the most pleasant feeling. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. When I went to the dermatologist, they recommended using Aquaphor, which is a petroleum base with some other good stuff in it, and I tried that, and I wasn't a huge fan of how it felt on my lips. It kind of melts down to a more slippery, greasy-ish feel on your lips. And again, same issue. Once it was worn away, I'd be left with those kind of pokey, jagged flakes, you know, that were dry and uncomfortable. When I was making an order at Sephora for the Beauty Insider sale, I think it was, I saw they were trying to promote the Bite Agave lip mask, and total impulse buy, decided let's give it a try. It was $26, so my feeling was if it didn't work or if it wasn't much better than anything else I had, I would just take it back. So I got that, gave it a try. It seemed to work well. It was very sticky, so it kind of felt like it clung to my lips pretty well. I also incorporated regular exfoliation. I'd tried things like sugar scrubs, using a toothbrush. Nothing really got the flakes off very well, but the latest thing I tried was just using a regular washcloth. So I took one of the baby's washcloths and started in the morning after I wash my face, I'll just go over with a wet washcloth on my face and also on my lips. The washcloth is the first thing I've used that actually would remove some of those nasty chunky flakes. So that was pretty awesome. So I was using the washcloth to exfoliate and then using the Agave lip mask all day. So basically make sure that 24/7, if possible, I would have this goo on my lips. One thing that I will note is that it also made my lips numb the same way that the Fusion XL treatment did. Wasn't a big fan of that. If I used a very thin layer, it wouldn't, but if I used too much, it totally was making them feel numb and not in a pleasant way. So that was one thing I kind of noted right away, didn't like. It does have kind of a sweet taste to it and a sweet smell. Nothing too strong. I don't think it was really a pro or a con. It was just kind of there. It was okay. I could deal with it. I don't really like tasting any lip product, whether it has a flavor or not. I don't want it in my mouth. So I'm not going to be sold by a taste. And then I was looking at the ingredients, and the first ingredient is lanolin, which reminded me that I had another product I had tried in the past but felt like it wasn't really fabulous, so maybe I should try it again. And it's the Lansinoh HPA Lanolin. So this is sold for breastfeeding and just protecting and soothing nipple issues basically while nursing. So I bought this because Krista from Krista from Perilously Pale. Whoa, I don't think I've ever tried to say that out loud before. That was hard to say. She said this was her kind of holy grail lip balm product, and since at the time I was pregnant, I thought, well, might as well pick it up anyway in case that I need it while nursing. So I got it then. The consistency is quite thick. Right now it's a little soft because it's been in my pocket and it warms up and gets a lot gooier. But normally, especially in the winter when it's cold in your house, at like 66 degrees, this requires quite a lot of effort in order to squeeze out of the tube. And it's a tube like this, it's big, it's messy since you have to apply it with your fingers, so I liked it, but there were a variety of reasons that I just didn't stick with it. Had the baby, my lips were a mess because I just didn't have the wherewithal to keep them covered in anything. And now that he is older, he's almost 9 months, the past several months, past probably 4 or 5 months, I've just been able to kind of get things back together, get back to normal, and get my lips in a better, to what the state they were in before I had him, which was okay, not great. So anyway, since I knew the lip mask had a lanolin base, I thought, okay, this is a good time to try this again. So I kind of did an experiment. I did a couple days with the lip mask and the washcloth exfoliation. My lips were in great condition. Did a couple days with the just plain lanolin, same thing, great condition. And this is a lot cheaper than that Bite lip mask, so I did take the lip mask back. Also, it had the downside of making my lips kind of numb, which I didn't like. So I have been able to keep my lips in pretty much tip-top condition as long as I keep this on my lips basically all day, and I use it underneath lipsticks, lip glosses, everything. So this is on my lips all the time. I apply a really thick layer before bed, and when I wake up in the morning, I usually have a little bit left on my lips. Now, I do have to roll around a whole lot because of a variety of issues, sore joints, etc. I need to just change position a lot, so it's likely that it's just coming off because I'm moving a lot. I think that if you didn't move around much, you'd probably have a fair amount of this left over. It does stick to the lips quite well. It does kind of melt down with the body heat, so but it never gets to that really, really thin kind of greasy feel that something like Vaseline or Aquaphor does. I feel like that leaves a little bit more of a thin layer, and this can have a little bit more of a thick layer. I do have to be careful not to apply too much of this because, during the day at least, when I would be talking and, seeing people, if I have too much, then it will leave kind of that, it will get that, while you're talking, it will develop that kind of white goo on this inner part of your lip, which is awful. So I do make sure to not put too much of it on. So this has been kind of a miracle combo. I do know that this alone without exfoliation is not everything. I do have to have both. And if I leave my lips completely, if I let it wear off and don't put anything else on, after about half an hour, I can feel the lip flakes starting to develop. It's like everything dries out really fast and then it just kind of gets worse and worse and worse. So they'll start peeling in about an hour. If I make sure to have this nearby right after I exfoliate and get that on really fast because my lips are super dry after exfoliating because there's no oils, there's no nothing, you know, and they just start really getting quite miserable quick. So that has been kind of my miracle cure for my chronic flaky lips. Unfortunately, it's not, you know, something where you can just apply it once a day and it will fix everything. But I feel like I have not found anything else, you know, exfoliating plus using something like the Aquaphor doesn't give me the same results as exfoliating and the lanolin. So if you've tried a whole variety of lip products, petroleum products, and just still feel like you're not getting anywhere, I would definitely recommend trying something that's lanolin based. This is just 100% lanolin. It's medical grade, and this is safe for even, you know, infants to get in their mouth, so it's probably okay for you too. Lanolin does come from sheep. It's that kind of grease, you know, you're putting sheep grease on your face, but it's been something that's been used for a really long time, and it is purified medical grade goo, so maybe that's less gross to you, I don't know. And it is something that they do not have to hurt the sheep in order to get, so it's good stuff. Definitely would recommend trying it out if you've tried a whole lot of other things that didn't work for you. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below and if you've tried it out, how it worked for you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day and I'll see you soon. So this is the state of my lips when they are exfoliated and I have the lanolin on them. This is probably the best condition my lips have ever really been in, so I thought you might want to see it without any sort of lip products. I don't have any flakes. I don't have all those kind of lines, and it's almost like there's just these kind of plaques of skin that are constantly dry. That is all gone.